Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Omni viewer, and I'm here with a little bit of a New Year's message for you. Throughout most of December, you've probably seen a lot of videos and articles and all sorts of different things, all about people saying how much the year 2016 sucked. And yeah, it does seem like a lot of bad stuff happened this year, didn't it? Originally, yeah, I was going to be part of that. I wanted to do a little venting about how much bad stuff seemed to happen this year, because there was a lot of it. And yet, I decided against it because that's just not who I am. I'm not the sort of person who just complains. I'm not the sort of person who just says, this is a problem and it was bad that it was a problem. I'm the sort of person who tries to move forward. Now, if you're a history buff like I am, you know this sort of thing has happened before. Things have slowly simmered over the course of time until one particular year comes along and everything comes to a head. Suddenly all sorts of horrible things are happening and it all seems like none of it is ever going to end. 1968, that's a perfect example. Go do a Google search and see how much bad stuff happened in that year. You'll be amazed. In fact, you may find some of it is kind of familiar. I believe 2016 was a saturation point, much like 1968, or heck, pick any other year where everything came to a head. The slow boiling pot that we had been talking about ever since the War on Terror started boiled over because we stopped paying attention. I'm sure everyone is looking for someone to blame for why 2016 turned out the way it did. They want to blame it on the racists. They want to blame it on the chauvinists. They want to blame it on the feminists. They want to blame it on the religious right. They want to blame it on the communist left. They want to blame it on Donald Trump. They want to blame it on Hillary Clinton. But the fact of the matter is, if you're looking for the person to blame, look in a mirror and look at this screen. It's you, it's me, it's your neighbor, it's the people on the other town across from you, it's everyone. We are the reason 2016 turned out the way it did. You see, society as a whole, no matter where it is in the world, has this tendency to want quick, simple, miracle solutions to the problems that plague it. I mean, again, just look at history. In 1865, the Civil War ended, and with it ended slavery in the United States, and people were certain that racism was going to end soon afterward. In the 1970s, the Civil Rights Movement wound down after making certain accomplishments, and people were certain racism would end soon afterward. In 2005, Barack Obama began his presidency, which would last until 2016. People were certain that since he was the first African American president, racism would end soon after. And yet in 2016, what was one of the major problems that we had to deal with? Do you see the pattern? Throughout the years, people have believed that if we just do this one thing, this one seemingly simple, grand gesture, that it would be a domino effect, and that if we did it, soon everything else would fall into place and the problem would be miraculously solved. And so far, that hasn't proven to be true. And the reason why is because these are the sort of things that are not so easily solved. And bear in mind, racism is just one of the issues, just one example. There are many others for which the issues are just as deep-seated. And as always, when it doesn't work, we try to look outward for someone to blame. We try to point fingers at that group or this group or somebody else. But really, that's not where the issue lies. If anything, it's avoiding the real issue. The way we will start to solve all of the problems that boiled over in 2016, we are going to have to confront all those dark parts of ourselves as a society and as individuals that we'd rather not acknowledge are part of us. And I'll be honest, you will not want to do that. None of you will want to do that. I'm the one who's saying it, and I don't want to do it. It's not going to be pleasant. It is going to be confronting the ugliest parts of ourselves. It's going to be acknowledging that we are not the people we really think we are. Even the most righteous person among us is going to have to face something about themselves that they don't want to believe is part of them. I mean, that's everyone's worst nightmare. I don't care who you are, that is the one thing no one wants to do. Ever. Sometimes, though, the thing you want to do the least is the thing you need to do the most. And I think 2016 is a reminder that we need to do this sort of thing. Once we've done it, and believe me, like I said, it will not be easy. It will be a long, arduous, painful process. But once we've done it, then the problem still won't be solved. Because it's not that easy. There is no miracle solution to this kind of thing. But we'll be on the right path. Because the point of confronting those darker parts of ourselves isn't just to wallow in self-loathing that we are not the good people we think we are. No, it's not that. It's because the only way we can get around something is if we see it first. We have to see these darker parts of ourselves. We have to acknowledge them. We have to accept that that is the truth. Then we have to forgive ourselves, and we have to forgive those around us. And that's the first step towards finally putting it behind us. Then we can move forward. Then we can make the world a place where 2016 and all of its unnecessary drama and horrible events is just a distant memory. I'll be doing my part for that as well. I try to be a genuinely good person on and off the camera. And I can promise you that on this channel, you will never see any manufactured drama. I'm not about causing problems. I'm not about attacking other people. It would be really easy to do. Sometimes I have been tempted. I've been tempted to just go off on certain people that really rub me the wrong way. But I ultimately choose not to, because even though it would feel good in the moment, in the long run, what good would it do? What good is shouting? All that gets you is a sore throat. So, none of that on this channel. That is my promise to you. Not that I'll never address anything that's controversial. In fact, I've got a couple videos coming up that will be dealing with some kind of controversial topics. But I promise you, I will do my best to make sure they are well researched and just stating the facts. As for my opinions, well, you're ultimately always hearing my opinion. But I'm never going to tell you that my opinion should be your opinion. My philosophy is always to just say the way I see things and let you decide if I am a fool or a scholar. And if you think I'm a fool, well, like I said, I'm not telling you what to think. We made 2016 horrible. There's no getting around that. When you look at all of the different controversies, they always stem from the people. And thus, I believe it is the responsibility of the people to make 2017 great. And I know we can do it. I know some of you might think, well, what can I do? I'm just one person and no one knows who I am. I can't do anything. You're deluding yourself if you think that. Because you can do something. Even if it's just a tiny, friendly gesture towards someone every day of the week, or whenever you are out and about, or just reminding someone you're emailing or Skyping or somehow in contact with that you value that person. That is something you can do. And even the tiniest of gestures can lead to something more. It's called the snowball effect. That is my New Year's message for you. 2017 can be great, and we are the ones who can make it great. I'll be doing my part, and I have faith that you'll be doing yours as well. In the meantime, though, I can promise you that the only kind of drama you'll see on this channel is the kind that's performed on a stage. So here's to you, here's to me, may we friends forever be. Happy New Year, happy 2017. Let's make sure that it is. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer, signing off.